Okay, sa punto pong ito, pag-usapan natin ang ASEAN Chairmanship ng Pilipinas ngayong taon. Siyempre, makakasama natin walang iba kundi si PCO Secretary Martin Andanar. Sir, magandang umaga.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Diane. Hello, hello.
Welcome to PTV,
Hello,
sir.
Jules. Hello,
Siyempre,
good
para
morning.
sa kaalaman ng lahat, no, itong chairmanship ng ASEAN ay nagro-rotate sa 10 member states ng ASEAN, kung saan nga, sa katunayan, third time na to ng Pilipinas na mag-chair. Nagsimula to noong 1987 sa panahon ni President Cory Aquino at 2007 naman sa panahon naman ni Pangulong Arroyo. At ito na.
That's right, Jules. Audrey, Sec, alam mo napakaganda ng tema natin ngayong ASEAN. Ang sinasabi nga nila ito yung Partnering for Change, Engaging the World. Ito po ay alinsunod doon sa kampanya ng ating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. To start off, Sec, gusto namin malaman kasi nung nakaraang September po ay tinanggap ni President Duterte ang chairmanship for ASEAN. We want to know what are the plans, of course, ng Pilipinas sa ASEAN. And as we chair ASEAN, we are also celebrating its 50th anniversary. So tell us more about this.
Merong Diane, more than 100 ministerial meetings all over the country. At yung talagang main event nito will happen on April. And there's also going to be one this coming August and November. So tatlo yan. Now I have a list here of the dates na kung kailan ito mangyayari. And kung ano yung, kasi meron kasing 30th and 31st meeting. So by April 26, ito po yung 30th summit ng ASEAN with the senior ministers. By August, ito yung 50th anniversary na binanggit mo kanina and some ministerial meetings. And by November naman, ito yung the 31st ASEAN summit na kasama na yung East Asia. Possibly, nandyan yung United States, nandyan yung Russia, China, Japan, the usual mga member ng yung member ng East Asia. And as usual, no, talagang magiging busy po tayo. And to kick things off is the launching this coming January 15 dito po naman sa Davao City. Now, we have a few themes that we would like to emphasize. Ito yung people-oriented and people-centered, meaning an ASEAN na talagang para sa tao, no? Pagdating sa health, nutrition, pagdating sa protection ng mga kababaihan, peace and stability, maritime security and cooperation, inclusive innovation-led growth, pagdating sa negosyo, nandyan din po yung resilient ASEAN, pag meron mga bagyo na tayo ay nakakabangon agad, at nandyan din yung ASEAN, a model of regionalism, a global player, because you have to consider na in the ASEAN region, meron 630 million people. This is a very big market for business at merong $2.5 trillion worth of economic trading that is happening every year and increasing.
Pero Sec, alam nyo, bukod sa pagiging chairman ng Pilipinas sa taong ito rin ng 50th anniversary, parang golden, ano?
Yes.
So, ibig sabihin, mas special ang dapat na reception natin sa ating mga ASEAN member countries. Ano po ang paghahanda ng gobyerno dito?
The ASEAN centrality na tinatawag, yung centered on the ASEAN people, together with the ASEAN integration. Mahalaga kasi dito, Audrey, na pinapaliwanag natin sa taong bayan kung ano talaga yung ASEAN. As far as Presidential Communications Operations Office is concerned, there's been a study na 80% lang ang nakakaintindi kung ano yung ASEAN. And 20% of this ang nakakaintindi ng basic talaga. So therefore, ang daming hindi nakakaintindi ng kung ano talaga yung ibig sabihin ng ASEAN and kung anong maidudulot nito sa buhay natin, Pilipino. So it is our job sa Presidential Communications Operations Office, kasama kayo dito, to communicate to the ordinary Filipino kung ano ang
Raise awareness.
to raise awareness of what ASEAN is. So our challenge here dito sa atin sa PCO is at the end of the day, at the end of the 11th month of November, when we go out there, hindi lang 20% ang nakakaintindi ng basic understanding of ASEAN, kundi let's go for 50 to 60%.
And we go beyond social media, of course.
Yes, we go beyond social media. Maganda nabanggit mo yan, Jules, kasi mahalaga po para sa Philippine Information Agency, nakasama rin natin sa organisasyon na ito, na makababa sa mga purok level sa barangay para maipaliwanag sa kanila kung ano yung ASEAN.
Okay. Sir, kanina po, pahapyaw niyong nabanggit yung ilan sa mga objectives natin ngayong taon for the ASEAN Chairmanship ng Pilipinas. Pero higit pa dun, sir, since this is the golden anniversary of ASEAN, ano po ba sa tingin niyo magiging main output ng ASEAN summits dito sa Pilipinas for this year?
The usual output here would be the economic cooperation between the different countries, maritime security, counter-terrorism. Kasi ito po yung mga problema natin ngayon na kinakaharap natin sa ating rehiyon. Piracy in the Sulawesi Sea, yung kidnapping na mga nangyayari, drug proliferation, yung trading, and terrorism, like I mentioned earlier. So I cannot predict what will be discussed in the ASEAN kasi syempre yung mga heads of state lang talaga yung makakaalam yan. Pero I would say that staple na pag-uusapan yung mga nabanggit ko kanina.
Alright, so yun yung mga basic na kailangan natin malaman regarding dito sa ASEAN hosting ng Pilipinas this 2017. Pero mamaya marami pa rin tayong mga malalaman regarding sa roles ng PCO.
That's right, Jules. Napakaganda ng mga sinabi ni Secretary Andanar. And it's really important that us all encourage everyone to support, to create more public awareness. Dahil nga para malaman din ng mamamayang Pilipino kung ano bang pwede nilang ma-benefit rin from ASEAN.
Okay. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang ating live discussion. Siyempre, kasama pa rin natin si Sec Andanar dito lamang yan sa pagbabalik ng
Good Morning Pilipinas! Okay, nagbabalik po ang Good Morning Pilipinas. Kasama pa rin natin si PCO Secretary Martin Andanar.
Morning.
Siyempre, sir, nabanggit nyo kanina na magkakaroon ng mga ministerial meetings. Ano po ang gagawin ng pamahalaan para maging memorable naman ito sa mga bisita natin?
Of course, we show our neighboring countries how good a host we are, no? Kung gaano ka-talented yung mga Pilipino, kung gaano tayo ka-disiplinado as a nation. Kasi normal na naman yan, Audrey, napapakita mo yung maganda yung lugar mo, 'di ba? At maganda yung pag-organize mo. But I guess the most important factor is when our delegates from the other countries come in, that we as a nation show that we are a disciplined country. Ganun lang naman yun eh. I mean, the government can only do so much. You cordon the entire place, which is already clean and nice and proper. But once you go out of the outskirts, at pag nakita mo na yung mga kapwa mo Pilipino sumusunod sa batas trapiko, di ba? Pupunta ka ng mall, basic. And I guess we all have to work together, cooperate, and that is the biggest impact that we can give. We can show the neighboring countries who are visiting us. Kasi ano na yan, given na yan, basic na yan, Jules eh. You put your best foot forward, papakita mo na maganda yung mga hotel mo, maganda yung pag-present mo, magaling yung mga host, magaling yung organizer, masarap yung pagkain. But when they go out of that safe zone, doon makikita kung gaano tayo ka-disciplined.
Bubuksan natin yun, sir, sa kanila.
Well, they are all free to roam around. I mean, hindi lang naman dito sa may CCP area, di ba? Pwede naman sila magpunta ng Caloocan, Makati, kung gusto nila, di ba? So,
Taguig.
yeah, Taguig.
Parang yung nangyari nung APEC. Di ba? Nung nagpuntahan sila sa Boracay.
Oo,
tapos
nakaikot sila.
Nakaikot sila.
Di ba? Nakaikot. But all of the ASEAN countries and delegates, they know how beautiful the Philippines is. Yung ako as a media man, it is really the exposure that we will get from the different international broadcasting companies who are coming in. Kasi tayo sa PCO, tayo yung chairman ng media committee. So I expect all of you to be there.
Yes,
The beautiful
Of course,
and
we'll be
handsome
definitely there.
men and a beautiful host. No, para makita nila, ang gagwapo ng mga Pilipino. Gagaling magsalita. Ganun. So really, it's a collective effort of the entire nation.
Okay, sir, syempre for this year, no, since host nga rin po tayo at ang theme natin ay Partnering for Change, Engaging the World. Naging laman ang Pilipinas sa headlines ng buong bansa and of course, buong mundo at maging sa buong ASEAN region. So sir, sa tingin nyo, ano yung change na pwede nating ma-integrate with the other ASEAN nations since this is part of the ASEAN integration also?
Okay, the key to the success of the ASEAN Chairmanship is the President, President Rodrigo Duterte. President Duterte has already gone beyond being President of the Philippines to a leader of the ASEAN region. Nakita naman natin, nagpunta ng Japan, na-cover nyo naman yan, rockstar. Punta ng Cambodia, rockstar. Singapore, rockstar. Kahit saan pumunta, rockstar. Kahit sa Peru, ganun din. So, our President has already projected himself as a leader of the international community. By way of saying that we are following an independent foreign policy, kakaiba yun para sa Pilipinas who's always been just a follower the past few administrations. So the key to the chairmanship really is President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, and all of us as a nation, all of us as government employees should just rally behind them and give him all the support that we can to show to the world how the Philippines really is the next tiger economy in this region. 7% growth rate. This is a phenomenon that every economist around the world is asking paano nila nagawa. Sinabi lang ng, if I'm not mistaken, Forbes magazine na what people don't know really is Duterte has helped the country become the fastest growing economy in the world at this early.
In just 6 months.
6 months.
Alright, Sec. We also want to know, kasi since sinabi nga ni Audrey kanina, special dahil 50th anniversary, tapos host country pa ang Pilipinas. Bukod po sa mga sinabi nyo, ano pa yung mga bagong may offer natin at may expect ng mga participating countries sa ASEAN dito sa ating bansa?
They will expect a more open, a more dynamic summit that there is. They will expect the Department of Foreign Affairs, the National Organizing Committee to usher in the change or whatever people think or leaders think in the ASEAN will be discussed here in the country to be discussed freely and without any hitch. Now, we cannot alam mo Dayan, hindi natin mahuhulaan kung anong pag-uusapan nila. Sila yan, mga 10 leaders na mag-uusap diyan eh. But what we can assure is we will be hosting an ASEAN that will be unforgettable.
Okay, Sec. Bukod sa aming tatlo, no, may magtatanong rin sa atin. Ang isa pa namin co-host mula sa Davao City, makakasama natin si Dayan Guerrer. Dayan, good morning.
Hi, Dan.
Maayong buntag, Secretary Martin Andanar. Isang magandang umagang pagbati po mula dito sa Davao City. Secretary, ang akin pong tanong, ano po ang magiging papel po ng Pilipinas para po mas mahikayat po ang buong ASEAN region na mas makibahagi po sa pakikipag-ugnayan naman po sa buong mundo?
Ang magiging papel natin as a country as a whole is really to cooperate with one another as Filipinos to help the 50th anniversary of the ASEAN become a success. Alam naman natin na tayo as the chairman and with an electrifying leader like President Rodrigo Roa Duterte and how he has affected and positively the energy of our neighboring countries. Sa palagay ko, dun lamang because this is the 50th year. It's a golden anniversary, and the fact that the ASEAN is chaired by one of the fastest growing economies in the world. And this is already a pool of talents and a pool of knowledge, of expertise, and also finally realizing the ASEAN integration with a pool of top-notch Filipino workers. Mapapakita natin sa buong mundo na talagang this ASEAN will be an ASEAN summit to be remembered. Now, sa next ASEAN, it can only get better. Siyempre, kung pag nakita ng ibang bansa kung gaano tayo kagaling mag-host, pangat lang yan. So, yes, I think this will be a very, very exciting year for the Philippines being the host of the 50th anniversary.
Sec, ito ba sa tingin nyo itong pag-host natin ng ASEAN ay magbubukas ng mga trabaho at business opportunities para sa mga Pilipino?
Yes, kasi kasama naman yan, Audrey, sa ASEAN integration. Halimbawa, yung isang ininyero ng Pilipinas, yung kanyang edukasyon ay recognized sa Indonesia or sa Singapore. Yung mga goods and services na ibang bansa, it can flow freely from one country to the other. 630 million population, and with $2.5 trillion worth of trading. Now, it is going to be a challenge for us Filipinos, for the Filipino entrepreneurs, for the Filipino workers to also improve ourselves. Kasi ano yun it's a competitive world, it's a laissez-faire.
Kailangan
Binibenta natin yung ating sarili.
It's a free market, no?
That's right.
Ibenta natin. So this is our chance right now. Dito sa ASEAN 2017 kick-off this January 15. And of course, nabanggit mo kayo na Miss Universe, di ba? When you say Miss Universe, you're being watched all over the world, and you have
At host ang Pilipinas.
at host tayo, and the candidates will be going around the country. So, ang pinag-uusapan talaga natin dito, exposure sa iba't ibang media outlets sa buong mundo.
Mga
So,
parang teaser yun for the ASEAN.
Sec, follow-up question lang from dun sa tanong ni Audrey. Kasi nabanggit natin, pag sinasabing ASEAN, this is a community of opportunities. Gusto nating malaman, paano natin marireach naman, besides raising awareness, yung mga ordinaryong Pilipino o mamamayan, kung paano sila magbe-benefit from ASEAN, hindi lamang yung mga entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Diane, for that question. It's a very timely question kasi tayo sa PCO, ang gagawin naman natin ay we will make use of your beautiful station, PTV4, Radyo ng Bayan, and also harness the presence of Philippine Information Agency in all regions in the Philippines. So therefore, hindi lang tayo sa broadcast, hindi lang tayo on air, hindi lang tayo online, hindi lang tayo on print, but also on ground. Kasi we have covered on air, on print, online so well already. Nakakalimutan natin, hey, mga tao pa rin yan, ha? Kailangan pa rin kausapin yan. Kailangan pa rin bigyan ng lapitan at ipaliwanag. So the objective really is, if 20% of the population is aware of the ASEAN, is maybe after 11 months, 50 to 60% of the population would already know kung ano talaga yung ASEAN, or maybe 80% and we can only do this together. This will be successful if we all work together as one PCO.
Kasi let's be honest, no, for the past years, kapag pinag-uusapan natin ASEAN, medyo intimidating din. So at last, malilimanize na siya for this year.
Masyadong technical.
Yes, very technical.
Meron tayong mga polyetos na in Tagalog, in Bisaya. Meron tayong mga programa na para maabot natin yung iba't ibang rehiyon at iba't ibang mga dialect sa bansa natin.
Well, yung mga commercial networks, hindi ito masyadong hina-highlight. Dito tayo sa mga government networks at stations, i-highlight natin ngayon kung ano yung mangyayari sa
Magkakaroon
ASEAN.
tayo ng Audrey, magkakaroon tayo ng roadshow in the entire Philippines. Of course, para hindi rin masayang yung oras natin, apart from the ASEAN, we will explain other programs of PCO, like the Freedom of Information, yung mga Task Force on Media Security, yung mga ginagawa natin para malaman naman ng bayan na meron palang PCO. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that.
Alright, again, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Secretary Martin Andanar,
Pero
of course,
mamaya,
Secretary ng
papakainin
Presidential
pa natin siya
Communications
ng
Office.
mamaya.
Oo naman, titikman niya yung pinrepare ko, di ba? At maraming salamat rin, Dayan Querer, mula sa Davao City.
May buntag Dayan, salamat.
Ang dami na.
Kasama pa rin natin, Secretary Martin Andanar. Kanina nag-prepare ako ng special breakfast. Sana magustuhan ninyo.
Ganon? Sige, tingnan natin.
Filipino breakfast yan, ang inyong paborito, tapa.
Tapa.
Tapsilog.
Oo, sarap ng tapa.
Pero sir, segue tayo sir nung SONA ni Pangulong Duterte, nabanggit na yung PBC. Siyempre pag-usapan natin yung PTV.
Okay, sige,
Ako,
sige.
exciting yan.
PBC na tayo
Okay.
ngayon.
Kahapon, kausap ko si Executive Secretary Bingbong Medeldia. My first day of work this year kasi galing ako, nag-leave ako. At yung kagad yung pinag-usapan namin ni ES, sabi ko, baka pwede naman akong tulungan kasi kailangan kong humingi ng supplemental budget para sa PTV at sa Radyo ng Bayan. Kasi nga, pag-iisahin na natin ng PTV at Radyo ng Bayan kapag naaprubahan na ng Kongreso yung bill to make it the People's Broadcasting Corporation, that's akin to the BBC, ABC, and CBC at yung CCTV. But then again, bago pa mangyari yon, merong binitawang salita si Presidente nung SONA na magkakaroon ng Mindanao Broadcast Hub. So kaya kailangan suportahan yon ng hindi naman natin pwedeng itayo lang yun na walang pera, kailangan ng pondo. So kaya sabi ko, I talked to ES at sabi naman ng Executive Secretary na he will support a move to have a supplemental budget para matayo yung Mindanao Broadcast Hub. Pati rin yung Radyo ng Bayan na needs refurbishment at kailangan din ng suporta para sa bagong FM station na itatayo ng Radyo ng Bayan within this year, which will cover nationwide.
Yun yung exciting FM station. Ano po ba yung mga unting-unting pagbabago na yung mararamdaman natin bukod po dun sa mga nabanggit ninyo? Most especially sa PTV4.
I'm very proud, Diane, to announce to the public that we have hired the best people who can manage the TV station and the radio station. We have your GM now, Dino Apolonio, who has experience in managing TV stations, not only in the Philippines, but also CBS in the United States, NBC, I think CNN for quite some time. In the US, talagang doon nag-manage, and a veteran in war coverage in Sarajevo, he was there. Tapos si Bong Aportadera also, the one na may salamin. Yeah. siguro konti lang ang may kilala sa isang Bong Aportadera, but he is really Sunny B on FM radio, and he's the #1 morning show DJ, and he was one of the golden boys of the Vera family. Vera family, as you all know, they own Magic 89.9, 99.5. So, all of you here sa PTV at sa Radyo ng Bayan, you're all in good hands because you have leaders who really believe in the future of broadcast.
Ayan ang good news. Pero, syempre, hindi rin mapag-iiwanan yung ating mga kapatid na Muslim dahil may plano ang Pangulo na magkaroon ng Salam TV.
Yes.
Ano na pong development dito, sir?
Iniintay natin yung groundbreaking ng Davao o Mindanao Broadcast Hub, which is going to be in Davao City sa property po ng Radyo ng Bayan. Once natayo na yon, posible na po na magkaroon ng Salam Television. Of course, it is the Salam TV is also dependent on the digital technology kasi dadami yung channel natin. But in the meantime, while we are waiting for that, sisimulan na ni Dino Apolonio yung Salam TV programming. So meaning magkakaroon kayo ng program sa PTV on our Muslim brothers and sisters about their culture, about their anything that happens in the Muslim area. Because ang problema kasi sa bansa natin, of course, we have some human strife happening in the south, and the problem is you cannot just win the war by pulling your gun and using bullets shooting people. You have to win the hearts and minds of every person. So it is important to have strong communication lines and to give our brothers and sisters who feel marginalized on-air time. Para naman, tulad nung mga lumad natin ng mga kapatid. So, one day, they will also have you also have lumad programming here on PTV.
Yun nga yung historical injustices na binanggit ni Pangulong Duterte dati na gusto nating ituwid ngayon. So, through Salam TV, sana ma-achieve natin.
Yes.
Yeah, kaya. I think they've already prepared some programs. Nagbabangko na sila.
Wow.
And also a perfect venue to better understand one another. So, ayan, ang dami nating natutunan. Maraming salamat, Secretary.
Yeah, I think our weather forecaster, si Trixie Jafar.
Yes.
Is she Muslim? rin? Si Trixie? No,
She's
no?
Iglesia.
No?
INC.
Meron tayong newscaster na...
Ay, every news at
Princess.
one, Princess
Si
Aviva.
Yung partner ko sa tanghali, si Princess Habiba Saripao.
yun, di ba? So, it can only get better. Ang daming
Very diverse talaga tayo dito sa PTV, which is good.
Yeah.
Alright, sir. Maraming salamat. Salamat po sa pagbisita sa amin dito sa PTV Force sa Good Morning Pilipinas.